Are you sick of government lackeys who say you didn't build that? Are you tired of elitists who think you need a government permission slip for everything? Everything you do is an A to B conversation, and the government should see their way out of it. Create true free markets by adopting the BIPCOT No Government License. The BIPCOT No Gov license allows use or modification of any product, service, or software except by governments or government agents. Go to BIPCOT.org. That's Bravo, India, Papa, Charlie, Oscar, Tango.org.
Bitcoin Not Bombs is a launching pad for nonprofits and social entrepreneurs into the financial freedom of the Bitcoin economy. Bitcoin Not Bombs offers premium publicity campaigns designed to facilitate an organization's adoption of Bitcoin as a payment system. Bitcoin Not Bombs is fully committed to being the hub of the nonprofit sector of the Bitcoin economy, maximizing the potential cross-promotion of all our clients and commercial partners. To learn more, visit bitcoinnotbombs.com.
This is Roger Paxton from Pax Libertas Productions and the Lava Flow Podcast, and you're listening to Peace, Love, Liberty Radio with Daryl W. Perry.
Hey, welcome back to Peace, Love, Liberty Radio, online at fppradio.com. I'll jump back into the article in just a second. But first, I want to make sure that I tell you about a wonderful company that has been in business since 1977, helping people buy and sell precious metals like gold and silver. And yeah, they also deal with platinum and palladium, talking about Roberts & Roberts Brokerage. Now, the guy that runs Roberts & Roberts Brokerage, he's a Liberty guy. He's a smart guy, and he's a crypto guy. That means that he's crypto preferred. He doesn't want to feed the banks, the banks that only exist because of various government.
The Call to Freedom is coming up next, live after the news on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, May 18th, 2018. Silver is trading at $16.44 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,288 per ounce. Zencash is trading at $27, and the average price of Bitcoin is $8,105. Antiwar.com reports saying they believe the U.S. and North Korea have some kind of difference in stances ahead of their June 12th summit. South Korea has issued a statement offering to serve as mediator for the talks and various other channels. South Korea's Blue House has issued a statement saying they've discerned North Korea's position and attitude and are interested in talking to the Trump administration as a way of preparing for the summit. North Korea does not seem to be on board with the idea, however. Their chief negotiator, Ri Son-gwan, issued a statement Thursday criticizing South Korea as ignorant and incompetent. He said there would be no new talks with South Korea until there are some understandings that have been reached. North Korea had made substantial diplomatic progress with both the U.S. and South Korea in recent months. A recent U.S.-South Korea war game, however, has raised some questions in the minds of the North Korean leadership. Since the backlash is heavier against South Korea than the U.S., it's unlikely that North Korea is going to welcome the South as a mediator by June 12th without a major last-minute rapprochement. For over 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals. Gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. They don't feed the banks. They're Bitcoin preferred and have removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports an eruption at Hawaii's Kilauea volcano early Thursday sent a plume of ash up to 30,000 feet into the sky, according to emergency officials. The U.S. Geological Survey's Hawaii Volcano Observatory said the explosion happened around 4:15 a.m. on the Big Island of Hawaii. After the initial explosion, emissions continued up to 12,000 feet. On Wednesday, the U.S. Geological Survey recorded about 125 shallow earthquakes around the volcano and nearby areas. Eruptions at Kilauea have opened at least 20 fissures since activity began 2 weeks ago. Flows of lava have forced hundreds of evacuations and destroyed at least 24 homes. In 2115 New England, there are no borders, no states, and no regulations, yet never has a more peaceful and prosperous place existed. But Mr. Drake's security company has seen better days. Faced with the prospect of waning power, Mr. Drake intends to replace the anarchy of New England with a government. But at what cost? Will anybody care? And can anyone stop him? Anarchy in New England by Joe Jarvis is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores. Reuters reports Republicans in the U.S. Congress who are pushing for action on immigration legislation said on Thursday they are getting closer to an agreement on a bill that President Donald Trump could support. Representative Mark Meadows, chairman of the House Freedom Caucus, said, "I think we had better discussions in the last 48 hours than in the last 48 months." Meadows was referring to negotiations with both the White House and centrist House Republicans on a bill that would address the future of young immigrants known as Dreamers who were brought to the United States as children in violation of immigration laws. But Meadows also said details had to be worked out on difficult issues before a bill could be ready for a House floor debate. Meadows, Trump, and many House conservatives are pushing for tough new controls on both legal and illegal immigration that Democrats and some Republicans oppose. Fearing defeat in November, congressional elections, and possibly their control of the House of Representatives, conservatives want to demonstrate to their voter base that they have been pushing forward on Trump's demands to clamp down on immigration. Meadows and other House Freedom Caucus members on Thursday even threatened to bring down a massive farm bill being pushed by their leaders if an immigration debate is not held first. Republican Representative Jeff Denham, who is threatening to use procedural tactics to force a wide-ranging debate on the House floor, said on Thursday he thought negotiators could fashion legislation that both hardline conservatives and Democrats could support. In remarks to reporters, Meadows warned that simply swapping protections for Dreamers in return for $25 billion to build Trump's southwest border wall will never happen because it would not go far enough for the president, who also wants to cut legal immigration significantly. Democratic Representative Michelle Lujan Grisham, who heads the Congressional Hispanic Caucus, expressed doubts about Freedom Caucus negotiations leading to a deal. Grisham said in a hallway interview, "It sounds to me like they're trying to keep a productive process from occurring." This has been FPP Radio News, online at fppradio.com.
The Princeton Medical Institute has found that the most common deathbed regret, more than losing contact with family or spending too much time at the office, is never having sprayed a fire extinguisher all over the place.
Similar themes emerged in our interviews with dying patients. Some wished that they'd taken more risks. Others wished that they'd lived a life truer to their dreams. But almost every single person surveyed, regardless of their age or circumstance, said that their most significant regret was never having grabbed a fire extinguisher off a wall and blasted it around a room until it ran out of foam.
I've lived a good life. I was a nurse for 32 years. I have 3 beautiful children, but I've never smashed my elbow into a glass case, grabbed a fire extinguisher, and gone whoosh over everything.
This is the Onion News Network.
The Call to Freedom is an opinion show. It's meant for informational purposes only. It is not licensed financial advice. It is very important to do your own analysis before making any investment based on your own personal circumstances. You should take independent financial advice from a professional in connection with or independently research and verify any information that you hear from the Call of Freedom and wish to rely upon, whether for the purpose of making an investment decision or otherwise. I mean, come on, guys. Duh. It's a cryptocurrency investment and a political talk radio. Of course, it's opinions.
Computers are online. I'm gonna start loading software.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the Call to Freedom.
Broadcasting live from Vertcoin Studios on LRN FM.
You're listening to Will.
You will listen to every damn word I have to say.
And when it comes to
be afraid. Be very afraid.
Stay tuned for political talk and everything crypto. That's right.
Broadcasting internationally on our BitPlus network satellite.
This is
the Call to Freedom.
All right, let's boot it up.
All right, welcome here to this Friday afternoon edition on your drive home of the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. So it is another wonderful day here in the Shire. I'm joined by my classic crew, Miss Aria DiMezzo, the queen of crypto herself from cryptocurrencycheck.org, along with Mr. Tom Gray. How we doing today, guys?
I was about to say, give yourself a minute and you'll remember who we are.
Yeah. It's been a rough day.
Polvere, baby.
Oh, I'm good.
It's been a rough day for me today. So, just stressed. Brain numb. Stressed. That's brain numbing stress. So, anyway.
Well, it's Friday, so you know you're going to get some stress relief on the last hour today, I hope.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least I'll get to make fun of somebody else's screwed up life instead of having to look at my own.
That's what Libertarian Drama Fridays are all about.
I know.
It could be worse. You could be this guy. That's the name of the game. Know what I mean?
Yep.
Whoever this guy, quote unquote, happens to be in a given situation.
So Sean King finally realized that the exact number of Democrats needed to make Gina Haspel the head of the CIA is exactly what they got. Deeply. I think it's probably because I pointed it out to him about 5 times over the course of the last 2 days. Every time he said anything about Haspel, I was like, yeah, but you voted for the guy who gave her a promotion and then showed him all of and you campaigned for the woman who, and like, I put it right there in front of him over and over and over again. I love smacking him around on Twitter. Says I'm deeply ashamed of this nation and particularly ashamed of the 5 Democrats who crossed over and made this possible. She only had enough with their votes. And, well, that's the way it works.
That was the plan.
In the country. Yeah, that's the plan. It's I love how you act like that's not the way it goes every time.
You know who was wiping the sweat off his brow when he found out how many votes they had? Rand Paul, because he didn't have to break ranks. He could just cast his little protest vote and know that things were going to go Trump's way anyway, and he didn't. He was able to pretend instead of with the Pompeo vote where he had to be like, well, I got a promise that Mike Pompeo would vote like the president on things. No, he didn't even have to. He didn't have to even play games. He's just like, well, I cast my protest vote against Gina Haspel, even though it didn't make a darn bit of difference, because nothing Rand Paul does makes a darn bit of difference.
Yeah, he's just he's just a much more low energy version of his father without the convictions and principles. So
yeah,
I'm sitting here thinking, what exactly is Dr. Ron Paul without the convictions and principles? And I think the answer is
Rand.
Like he's a single.
It's Rand
No,
Paul.
it's worse. He's like a
Bernie
really
Sanders.
Good, he's Tim Tebow. He's a really good single A baseball player is what he is.
Oh. Now, the big story today, of course, is... Come on, you guys know, right? Santa Fe.
I do not know.
Santa Fe, Texas. We do have the most recent video of I guess she's either the superintendent of schools or the head of the sheriff's office, one or the other, giving an update on the situation on the ground.
What's the situation on the ground?
Can you not hear it?
Well, I meant like an overview. I have no idea what's going on in Santa Fe.
School shooting. Yeah, we can't hear it on our end, Will.
Really?
Yeah, getting it very, very faint.
And was there like a school shooting or something?
Yeah,
yes.
That's what I said, but I had ice in my mouth, so you couldn't understand a word I said because I'm so professional on this radio show. I haven't heard all the details yet, but there was a school shooting, and it appears to be neo-Nazi this time.
We're at the operational stages now in the investigation. We know that there's been at least 6 transported, including one Santa Fe ISD police officer that has been shot.
So we've got one police officer been shot.
I don't know, Tom. I can barely hear you as well.
We've got one suspect detained, one person of interest detained, a police officer shot, 9 students and 1 teacher killed.
Well, at least they shot one person that probably needed it.
Multiple injuries. But we have his name is Pagortsis, was arrested, and authorities say he is a student at the school. He has been booked into the Galveston County Jail on a charge of capital murder and being held without bond. Due to his age, if convicted, he will not be eligible for the death penalty. During the investigations, authorities obtained warrants to search 2 homes. They found various explosive devices in a home and vehicle, as well as on the school's campus. They're urging the community to be on the lookout for suspicious items and to report anything unusual to 911. Authorities say that Pagortsis was armed with a shotgun and a .38 revolver that belonged to his father. They believe those weapons were legally owned. Journals, a computer, and cell phone recovered during the investigation suggested that not only did Pagortsis intend to carry out the shooting, but he planned to commit suicide afterward. He did, however, not attempt to kill himself, but instead surrender to police. So when it was all said and done, he just didn't have the balls, looks like.
Yeah, it's a lot harder to pull that trigger when the gun is against your head than he was probably expecting it to be.
It's also a lot easier to walk out of a situation where you just killed a lot of people when you're a white kid.
See, his Facebook page listed a possible interest in the United States Marine Corps starting in 2019.
Shocking.
Right. ABC News reached out to the Pentagon. They said they do not have a record of anyone with that last name in the Marine Corps. Well, yeah, he's not
Also
in
shocking.
yet. He's not in yet. He said he's probably delayed entry. Let's see here. Pagortsis describes himself as an atheist for religious views and I hate politics for political views. He also posted photos of himself at a gaming station set up and T-shirts. He posted a photo on April 30th of a T-shirt that says
he
"Born
was
to Kill." He was a normal kid, yeah.
He was a normal kid, but just with this horrible violent streak.
On the same day, he also posted a photo of a jacket with pins of various symbols: the Communist Party, the Iron Cross, the Rising Sun, the Baphomet, and Cthulhu. So
You mean Cthulhu?
Whatever, the spaghetti monster guy.
He's not a spaghetti monster. He's a squid monster.
Well, whatever he is.
Yeah, there's a difference between the flying spaghetti monster and Cthulhu.
Okay, well, whatever it is.
Cthulhu is fiction, Lovecraft stuff.
Well, we'll be back in just a moment.
Are you tired of governments murdering people around the world? Stop using their money. There is an alternative. Bitcoin is a stateless, free market, non-political currency. Bitcoin cannot be inflated or controlled by any government. By using their money, you're helping the state. Stop doing it. You have an incredible alternative available now. Learn it, use it, spread it. Get started with Bitcoin at Bitcoin.com. That's Bitcoin.com.
Hi, I'm Derek J. I don't want a politician to represent me. To me, government is the idea that one group of people can coerce everyone to comply with an edict or face increasing punishments up to and including death. Despite perhaps the most noble of intentions, the best government services are a far cry from what could be provided for by voluntary interactions. Besides, the people who call themselves the government wage wars and put peaceful people in jail for crimes involving no victims. If Starbucks used some of its money to drop bombs, I wouldn't shop there. So why would I support the American empire? The empire does not require my consent.
Derek J's Victimless Crime Spree. Watch it for free and order the Director's Cut DVD at victimlesscrimespree.com. That's victimlesscrimespree.com. There are lots of ways to listen to Free Talk Live. Our podcast has been around since podcasts began, and now the FTL feed is loaded with content besides our full show archives. Did you know that we make it easy for you to customize your podcast subscriptions? We have different feeds, one that includes only our full shows, one with just the Daily Digest, and one with just the Edgington Post. You decide what you listen to. It's quick and easy to customize your feeds at feeds.freetalklive.com. That's feeds.freetalklive.com.
In Survivor Max 2, School Bites, Max must scavenge through a wasteland swarming with the undead. Desperate to find the medicine he needs, he discovers a community of survivors at his former school. Has he finally found the safe haven he's been looking for, or will he discover that school bites? Look for Survivor Max on Facebook, read reviews on Amazon, and read Chapter 1 at survivormax.com.
LRN.FM now has a Discord. Discord is a free text and voice chat platform, and we now have our own server with a bunch of channels at discord.lrn.fm. You can join other listeners as they chat about various things during our live shows, or anytime, day or night. Discord software is available cross-platform, so you can have it on whatever device you want and take your chats anywhere. Join our Discord at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
Free Press Publications is an independent, alternative media and publishing company founded in June 2009 with the mission of ensuring a free press for the freedom movement and is committed to spreading the message of peace, freedom, love, and liberty. FPP also gives new authors an avenue for publishing freedom-oriented material. FPP brings you daily news and commentary on the website fpp.cc, as well as a daily 5-minute newscast, FPP Radio News, and weekly news, views, and commentary in the FPP Freedom Minute and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio at fppradio.com, and the monthly newspaper FPP News at news.fpp.cc. Find FPP online at fpp.cc. That's fpp.cc, as in Creative Commons.
What's up next? Visit the Liberty Radio Network program guide to find out at shows.lrn.fm. That's shows.lrn.fm.
You are listening to the Call to Freedom live on LRN.fm. تستمعون إلى نداء للحرية مباشرة على LRN.fm.
Welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. We are broadcasting live from the Shire here and joined today by my legal mind, who hopefully is telling me I won't get sued for playing that right now. Mr. Tom Gray.
No guarantees whatsoever.
Right. Along with, the Queen of Crypto herself, Miss Aria DiMezzo. And we've been talking about, the story of the day, which is this Dmitry Pogortsis, who describes himself as an atheist and is a particularly jumbled up everyday high school teenager with pins from the Communist Party, an Iron Cross, a rising sun, a Baphomet, and Cthulhu on his jacket. He also was a number 73, a defensive lineman for the Santa Fe football team, the Santa Fe Indians. Let's see here. The Assumption of the Virgin Mary Greek Orthodox Church in Galveston has posted photos of their Galveston Nisiotes, a Greek dance troupe performing at the Galveston Heritage Festival. In one of the photos, a Dmitry Pogortsis is listed in the photo caption. The suspect's mother's Facebook page also includes a similar photo of the same Greek dance troupe. See, he was armed with a shotgun and a .38 revolver. He's been booked into the Galveston jail. And he's been charged with capital murder. So, yeah, there we go. It is currently really, really hot.
He definitely sounds like a mixed-up kid.
He does. He does. He sounds like a really...
What does the Iron Cross symbolize?
Nazi. It's a Nazi thing.
So he put that alongside the communist thing? I mean, it seems like, I mean, if he had that he hates politics on his Facebook profile, and then suddenly he's got political stuff there, and he snaps and starts killing people, I think the politicis, you know what I'm trying to say.
Mm-hmm.
The I'm going to give up on that.
Yeah.
But he snapped over politics.
The Iron Cross is a famous German military medal dating back to the 19th century. The 1930s version, a swastika is superimposed on the traditional medal, turning it into a Nazi symbol. In the U.S., the Iron Cross also became one of several Nazi-era symbols adopted by outlaw bikers, more to signify rebellion or to shock than for any actual white supremacist ideology. By the early 2000s, the use of the Iron Cross had spread from bikers to skateboarders and many extreme sports enthusiasts, and had become part of the logo of several different companies producing equipment and clothing for this audience. The Iron Cross is now considered a non-racist emblem used in context and has greatly proliferated in the United States to the point that the Iron Cross in isolation, as in without the superimposed swastika, cannot be determined to be a hate symbol or symbol of support for Nazism. And that's from the Anti-Defamation League. So, without a swastika on it...
I didn't think symbols were allowed to become not racist.
I guess. Without...
You know, I thought once something was... I mean, look at Pee-Pee the Frog.
Right?
It was never actually
what
racist.
What did you just call him?
Now that it...
Pepe the Frog.
Yeah, did you just call
forgive me, Tom, for not speaking French.
No, it's...
Pee-Pee the Frog. He called him Pee-Pee.
Yeah, it wasn't just that you didn't speak French, it was that you did speak 3-year-old. That was... I'm sorry. No, I'm not. I'm not sorry for laughing at that. That's exactly the kind of... I think I should be applauding you for that, actually, Arya. We love our potty humor on this show. Even when we're talking about Nazi symbols. Especially when we're talking about Nazi symbols. We love our potty humor.
But anyway, now that it's, you know, officially racist... And there was another one. What was it? Some stupid bird? Trash dove.
Oh, yeah.
And even though it has nothing whatsoever to do with...
Yeah, trash dove was really co-opted. I mean, because trash dove is like universally anything. You can throw a trash dove reaction to anything. I didn't know that had been co-opted by the alt-right.
Oh yeah, that's been removed from Facebook and Twitter and a few other places.
Dude, do they just go around taking all the good memes because they're no good at coming up with their own? I mean, they took Pepe. You're telling me they took Trash Dove. They took Ugandan Knuckles. I mean, come up with your own clever symbols, you meme-deficient alt-righters.
Right.
Well, the left is no longer about ideas. They're about banning other people's ideas.
Right.
Sure, but at least come up with your own ideas to get banned instead of getting everyone else's cartoons
Well,
banned.
their idea is to ban your idea.
Well, currently, this
so
the left is trying to push the Occupy Democrats is pushing the idea that he is a white supremacist supporter of Nazism and Donald Trump. based on they say, well, because of his Facebook page. Now I'm looking at a photograph from his Facebook page that they're using, and it has a rainbow-colored heart pin on his baseball cap. Not really something that's particularly well known as a symbol of the alt-right. Right? I mean,
I would say not.
Give it time. Give it time. I mean, if they can do it to an innocent frog, they can do it to the rainbow heart.
Right.
Come on. They'll do it.
YouTube is Kamikaze. It's the one with the Kamikaze pilot. I've got a few playlists there. And that's it. Senate Born to Kill t-shirt. Is planned to join the Marines. Well, yeah, Born to Kill is a Marines thing. There's his jacket with a bunch of different stuff on it. A black and white Iron Cross, a red star with a sickle and hammer, because that's a normal symbol of right-wing philosophy.
I have to see this jacket. Is it like just some patchwork jacket? He may have bought it at some used clothing store.
This Metro, it's called metro.co.uk, went and took some screenshots.
On Free Talk Live, we're bringing people to the ideas of liberty every day. From wrestling superstars like Glenn Jacobs.
You guys really are having an impact, I believe. Like I said, a lot of where I am now is due to listening to Free Talk Live. You changed my mind on some very important issues years ago.
To random people tuning in on the radio.
I was kind of stuck in the left-right paradigm. I heard your show by chance on a Saturday night. From there, I went on, joined the Free State Project, and become an amplifier. So, I mean, that's really the reason why I amp is because I know that if it wasn't for you guys being on as many stations as you are, I never would have found the ideas of liberty.
Your amp will directly change more lives by getting Free Talk Live in front of people looking for talk radio online and on the air. When you amp Free Talk Live, you get perks like access to the AMP-only Facebook group and AMP podcast. Visit amp.freetalklive.com.
I love My Magic Mud. I drink a lot of coffee. I had stains on my teeth. Then I found My Magic Mud, and I was told it would remove stains. So I paid attention when I brushed the first time. My Magic Mud is black tooth powder, and the difference it made in my teeth in one application was noticeable. With 4, my teeth were as white as you normal folks out there. Please go to mymagicmud.com and buy a jar. There's 150 applications for $25. You can use Bitcoin, mymagicmud.com.
The Free State Project has reached its goal of 20,000 liberty lovers who've pledged to move to New Hampshire and get active to achieve liberty in our lifetime. Perhaps you're trying to figure out what part of New Hampshire should be your destination. If so, consider Keene. You'll find more than 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com. Keene is famous for its historic, publicity-generating activism, as well as being the liberty media capital of the world. It's home to freekeene.com, New Hampshire's destination for liberty activism, news, and opinion. For years, we've been compiling over 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com, where you'll learn about some of what's happening here and what makes Keene a great place to live. If you love liberty, you'll probably enjoy anywhere you end up in the Shire. But do your due diligence first. Please visit move.freekeene.com for the full list of over 150 reasons to move to Keene. That's move.freekeene.com.
Did you know you can get news updates about what's happening with the Liberty Radio Network delivered in the way you prefer? You can sign up for our email updates at updates.lrn.fm. Plus, you can stay in the loop by joining our Facebook profile at facebook.lrn.fm or follow us at Twitter at twitter.lrn.fm. It's all free, so sign up now at updates.lrn.fm for news updates delivered to your email box, facebook.lrn.fm to follow our Facebook page, and twitter.lrn.fm to receive our tweets.
This is Michael Dean from the Freedom Fiends. I've run websites since 1996 and have used over a dozen web hosts in that time. AgristHosting.com is the only one that hasn't broken my heart. Agrist Hosting's uptime and service is stellar, and their DDoS mitigation is the best I've seen. That's important because if you tell the truth in this world, you'll ruffle feathers. And some people will try dirty tricks to silence your voice. No matter what the haters hit us with, Agrist Hosting keeps our websites online. If you have a mission-critical commercial presence or a world-changing activism site, you cannot tolerate any skullduggery. So go with agrishosting.com. Have a WordPress or blog site, but you're not satisfied with performance or uptime? Or just want raw hosting? Want to pay with Bitcoin? Agris Hosting specializes in high-performance hosting with personalized service. Go to agrishosting.com and click on the button that says Get Hosted. That's agrishosting.com.
If you enjoy LRN.FM, please contribute to your favorite shows via their websites and become an amplifier at amp.lrn.fm. That's amp.lrn.fm.
This is Angel Clark, and you're listening to The Call to Freedom on LRN.fm.
All right, welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. So we've been talking about this Dmitry I can't say his name. Pegortzis? Something. Pegortzis. Dimitrios
I think
Pegortzis.
it's Pegortzi.
Pegortzi. Something. Greek. So Greek kid. Shot up a school, kills 10 people, 9 kids, 1 teacher. Now, reports are coming out that he was actually bullied by a group of kids and a teacher. So perhaps, that might have contributed maybe a little to this. Now, metro.co.uk, which is a left-wing publication and is pushing, this is, like a right-wing attack. It completely misrepresents the Iron Cross, of course. It says that it was, the government banned the production of it in 1957 because of its association with Nazis. Let's see here. Santa Fe Indians football team website.
Our government did that?
No, the German government did that. It's no longer used in Germany as an emblem. But
okay, I would have just been really surprised if ours did.
He just looks like a regular high school kid, football team. He's not what you would expect for like flip 'em out shooter. High school kid football players usually aren't like the loner, that thing. Again, I'm looking at the jacket.
Yeah, they're usually the extroverts, the charismatic ones that have all the friends and crap.
Yep.
Bullying the ones who aren't on the football team. So that's kind of a weird twist.
And the local paper talks about him having a huge role in a big win last October for the team. So,
Of course it does, because that's so super important as compared to the lives of the kids he just murdered. We have to know how much of a football
I think the
hero
paper
he is.
came out in October.
Well, no, they're saying that they're pointing out that he was a football player. They know this because the local paper in October reported on how he was like necessary and the big star.
Yeah, but
for
who
the game.
cares now? Who cares now?
Well,
now
because
he's a murderer.
I think it's relevant.
That's all he should be considered. No, it's really not.
It is.
I mean, all that's doing is trying to normalize the white kid who killed a bunch of people. That's all
it's
that
not.
is.
You have
it's
to
gross.
understand. People are trying to understand, and there's normally
Understand
a
that he's a
psychological profile that is automatically assumed of these kids, and he does not fit that psychological profile. So yes, it's very relevant to the fact that, guess what, America, that loner kid that is unpopular and he's the one that everybody thinks is going to shoot up the school. No, perfect middle-class white family, your football star is just as likely to be a nutcase as well. So yes, I think it's perfectly relevant because up until now, football stars were the kids who weren't going to shoot up schools. They were the good kids. And now we're finding out, well, you know what? Every kid has the possibility of being a damaged kid in the modern society.
I still think that goes like way down the list of things that are important to know about this kid. It's way on the bottom.
They're trying to create an
Well,
ideology.
I think as far as high school social dynamics go, the fact that he's a football player is extremely important. Because as Will's pointing out, I mean, they're not the ones who are outcasts.
We also have to understand that this particular publication is attempting to create a narrative that he is a right-wing white kid. And right-wing means popular, football star, Nazi. And the truth is he looks to me like he was a skater kid who ended up on the football team by some miracle and then flipped his lid. Because the Cthulhu...
Where am I?
Right? The Cthulhu and the Baphomet and all that was the stuff when I was in high school. That's what the skater kids wore. The black military jackets, they look like army jackets, but that's what the skater kids and the goth kids wore. So he looks like somebody that was a part of one social group, ended up in another social group, and I'm guessing maybe he was an outcast who ended up on the football team, and being on the football team didn't make him any less of an outcast, and then he lost his mind, because that's what happens a lot of times. Have I sufficiently...
There is a lot of speculation. No, I don't know, but there is a lot of speculation in that, but I think it's probably solid speculation.
Well, again, this is the Metro, and they're very, very open about the fact that they have a left-wing agenda, and they're trying to paint this kid as a right-wing extremist, specifically because of his coat. And he had a picture of a gun on his Instagram, and he likes video games.
I mean, let's paint him as an atheist extremist if we're just going to pick out random emblems on his jacket.
Well, he's wearing a black
no,
hat
he's
with
a Lovecraft extremist.
He's wearing a black baseball cap with a peace symbol on it.
Oh, well, see, he's an LGBT extremist.
Right?
He was killing all the straight people.
He's a Satanist. He's got a Baphomet on his page with like demons.
Yep, a Satanist extremist.
Yep.
And a communist extremist. So he's a Nazi, communist, atheist, Satanist,
well, you can't
LGBT
say
extremist.
Because the paper that I'm reading here, the Metro.
Yeah, but we're just going off of what these symbols,
Yeah.
what these symbols actually mean instead of what the kid thought they meant.
Well, you've got the I love the Marine Corps.
I didn't put that right.
Right. You've got the I love the Marine Corps. That's very relevant according to the article. You have a T-shirt, a Marine Corps Born to Kill T-shirt. That's very relevant according to the article. His jacket and all the buttons on it are very relevant according to the article. And that he has a picture of one of these video games that has the plastic gun mounted to it that you play in the arcades. That evidently is also extremely relevant to why he shot up the school, according to the Metro. Because, again, the Metro is attempting to create a narrative that this kid is a right-wing extremist. When I don't know any right-wing extremists that wear an upside-down red... it's the Chinese symbol for communism. It's not just the Russian symbol for communism, if I'm not mistaken. The red star with the golden sickle and hammer in it. I don't know many alt-right guys that wear that. You know, like your
Not
average.
yet, anyway.
No, and a right-wing extremist would certainly know what it meant.
For real, yeah. A right-wing extremist would definitely know that you don't mix your iron crosses with your communist sickles. That's mixing brands, yo, and you just can't do that. Isn't that what they call that when you wear like Adidas and Adidas?
That's
jacket?
how you summon Cthulhu, in fact.
For real, it's brand mixing, and everybody knows that's a fashion no-no.
Are you sure? Did you read the same Lovecraft that I did? Because I don't remember there being a thing like, "And thou shalt drink Coke and Pepsi in the same place, and forth shall come to thee."
Only we can talk about school shootings.
I don't know,
and
but
find a
somebody
way to
who
laugh.
drinks Coke and Pepsi needs to be eaten by Cthulhu.
Well, I mean, It's not that kind of laughter, though,
It is,
guys.
it is.
I mean,
It's looking at
children are
I'm
dead.
laughing at
Children
the fact,
are dead, and that's bad.
That's
I mean,
horrible.
yes.
I'm laughing at the fact
Well,
that
I would like to bring up Tom's favorite point, which is that the kids are forced to be there against their will, and
Yes,
that's
thank you.
That's the
how
root cause of why this
Thank you
happened.
for bringing up my favorite point, because I had actually forgotten to. Thank God.
Did
This
you
is
see
why Arya and I get along
Occupy
so well.
Democrats says that the reason that there's never, they shared this meme today. The reason there's never a school shooting at an NRA event is because an NRA event is a gun-free zone, and that if we want kids to be safe, we should make schools into gun-free zones.
Ross Ulbricht was convicted in early 2015 of running the infamous Silk Road Underground Market. The Silk Road was a gift to humanity and helped reduce the harms brought on by drug prohibition. For this good deed, Ross has been sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of parole. Now, an appeal is Ross's only chance, and he needs your support. Please visit freeross.org, where you can contribute via various methods, including Bitcoin. Visit freeross.org. That's freeross.org. Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm.
Imagine someone in your community getting in their car, turning on the radio, and hearing the Liberty Radio Network. You can make that vision a reality with your own micro radio station. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how you can put our programs on the air in your area. You can have LRN.FM running around the clock, and you can even add in your own local shows. Building a radio station is simple, but programming isn't. That's where LRN.FM comes in. Learn more at broadcast.lrn.fm. That's broadcast.lrn.fm.
So you've signed the Shire Society Declaration and are planning your move to New Hampshire to be around more liberty-oriented people. Next, sign up for the Shire Society Forum at forum.shiresociety.com. There are a bunch of people there who are already in the Shire, and they want to meet you. If you're already in the Shire physically, you should also come by the forums. Remember, not everyone uses Facebook. New people are signing up for the Shire Society Forum every month, so drop in and say hello at forum.shiresociety.com.
The 3 most important things you can do for LRN.FM are: 1. Let your friends know you're listening to LRN.FM on your social networking profile. 2. Buy the things you buy online through shop.lrn.fm. 3. Give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm. It's my firm belief that the AMP program is the best use of your charitable dollar among liberty-oriented groups. Support all your favorite organizations, but make sure you give $5 a month to the AMP program at amp.lrn.fm.
This is the Onion Week in Review. A study published Friday by the University of Minnesota found that mosquitoes have no physiological reason for biting humans, with researchers noting that the insects feed exclusively on pollen and seemingly only suck human blood out of spite.
According to our findings, mosquitoes usually spit out the blood after a bite. They just really enjoy ruining outdoor activities and spreading deadly diseases.
Researchers added that mosquitoes often bite a variety of vertebrates besides humans, including baby pandas, koala bears, and very small puppies, all for fun. And in tech news, a new Visa talking credit card urges buyers to go for it.
Come on, buy it. You know you want it.
In other news, the utterance of a secret password grants customers access to a long-rumored 18-inch Subway sandwich. It's easy to tell what an area man would look like as a skeleton, and a longtime teacher retires without changing a single student's life. This week's scheduled interview with the surly and forlorn Matthew Modine was cut for time and is doomed to never be seen. For more, visit theonion.com/newsbeat.
Join the LRN.FM Discord for live chat 24/7 at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
You're listening to The Call to Freedom on LRN.FM. تستمتعون إلى برنامج نداء للحرية مباشرة على LRN.FM.
Welcome back here to the Call to Freedom here on LRN.FM. So we've been talking about the big story of the day, which was that some kid shot up another high school again. Oddly enough, the very first school shooting happened my senior year in high school, and my wife even noticed. She was like, this used to be something that happened, it happened and it didn't happen again for a while. And now it's like about once a month. And
our society is sick.
It's not,
It's increasingly sick.
We had easier access to firearms, more of them. And now firearms access is harder, and and these are always in these what they call gun-free zones, where people don't have the ability to defend themselves. So, and even my wife, and she's an immigrant. She just finds it perplexing that this is a problem that America didn't used to have, and now all of a sudden, everywhere you go, it's just there all the time. And she also noticed that the media is there are liars, and then there are damned liars, and then there's the American media. And that doesn't mean Fox News. That doesn't mean CNN. That doesn't mean MSDNC. That means the American media. Pick any one that you want to put in there, and it's honest. That's an honest assessment, is that there's liars, there's damn liars, and then there's the American media. And politicians. But wanted to move a little long. We had another story that we were going to cover originally. Some of you may have heard about him. Some of you may have seen when one of my partners in crime, Mr. Davi Barker, published a set of email conversations that he had with this joker. This is an ex-FBI agent and anti-Muslim conspiracy theorist, and his associate conducted a publicly funded, that means your tax dollars, counterterrorism training session with Arizona law enforcement officers last year, telling the audience that all mosques are actually military outposts, and that the former President Barack Obama committed treason for speaking with U.S.-based Muslim organizations, among other insane statements. John Guandolo, who has a long and well-documented history of making disparaging statements, broad generalizations, and even just simply ludicrous, lunatic types of things about the American Muslim community, well, he started an organization called Understanding the Threat right after Barack Obama was elected. He did that after he was forced to resign from the FBI in 2008 over accusations of inappropriate conduct. The precise statements made during the session have been largely unknown until now. Undercover footage of Guandolo's remarks were provided to BuzzFeed News by Al Jazeera as a part of a research effort for their recently aired documentary, Islamophobia, Inc. Al Jazeera's footage shows that Guandolo and his group's then vice president, Chris Gabatz, promoted false conspiracy theories to police officers detectives, and other law enforcement officials during an Arizona training session. The false conspiracy theories have been spread by far-right anti-Muslim groups for years, and sometimes is being a little generous, they have seeped into the common discourse. There is no sometimes. In Republican circles, they're a part of the common discourse. The training session shown in the Al Jazeera documentary revealed that Guandolo and his associates claimed that Muslim student groups around the country recruit people for, quote, jihad, and explained that Islamic or Sharia law by showing videos of executions and claiming that 50% of mosques in the U.S. advocate the use of violence through the use of Sharia. Evidently, he's never been to a Muslim Students Association or hasn't been to one in the last 10 years. We've actually had people on this show who are from the Muslim Students Association, who are members of the Muslim Students Association, who are complaining that they've been ostracized for not being liberal enough. People who say, I don't want a gay imam, or I don't want gay marriages in the mosque, or I don't want gender-mixed prayer lines, are being shunned in Muslim Students Associations across the world. So either he's using some very, very old information, or he's as full of crap as a Christmas turkey and you should nickname him Doo-Doo.
Wait, I'm confused.
I'm going to go with that one.
I mean, if your Christmas turkey is full of crap, you should probably wash it.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's a big bag of crap inside of a Christmas turkey that you have to reach in there and grab a handful of
crap. That's not crap. That's organs, man. You use that to make good broth. Let's not compare the good awful to the awful AWFUL FBI agent.
Yeah, that's what they make Oscar Mayer bacon out of.
Exactly, and now you understand the depth of my objection.
Well, this is, Guandolo has strong ties with well-funded anti-Muslim groups like Centers for Security Policy, and did anybody here know that Act for America was actually connected to the 700 Club?
I'm not surprised.
Seriously, the lady who runs Act for America originally ran a pro-Christian television program in Israel and Lebanon that was funded by the 700 Club. Pat Robertson's son almost married the leader of Act for America, the Lebanese insane woman, Brigitte Gabriel, Brigitte.
Almost, you say. Now this story I have to hear.
Right. We'll get into that maybe one of these days. Once fringe elements of the extreme conservative movement, they've recently risen to prominence in the Trump era. Bullcrap. They rose to prominence in 2010. They've been there for 8 years. The Trump era finally woke up all you liberals to the fact that they exist. These groups have alleged for years that Muslim Americans are subverting U.S. law through the practice of Sharia and that it would replace or supersede the laws of the land. A completely baseless theory. Sharia, often used as a fear-inducing term to associate with anti-Western beliefs, is simply a religious code of conduct similar to those adhered to by other Abrahamic religions. And unlike those, it has a foundational set of rights that are similar to those laid out in the Declaration of Independence: life, religious liberty, family, intellect, and property. That's right, private property. No Muslim communists. During the 3-day training session hosted by Arizona Police Association in Mesa in May of 2017, Gobbets told his audience to, quote, think of a mosque as a mixture of an embassy in the sense that it is land that is considered to be Islamic land, not American. A military outpost, an Islamic university, and a house of prayer all wrapped into one. That's what a mosque is. Any questions? Gobbets,
yeah, what's wrong with you? There's
Gobbets
my question.
was paid $28,000 by the Maricopa County Attorney's Office.
Of course it's Maricopa County, Arizona.
Through a federal grant.
Of course it's Of course, the Maricopa County Sheriff and District Attorney's Office's racism is being funded by us at the federal level.
The federal level, yo. The
federal level.
Oh, my God. All right, well, when we get back here in just a little while, we're going to be moving on to the Crypto Hour. That's right, our Friday afternoon episode of the Crypto Hour. No more making fun of racists for today. Well, maybe a little later. So stick around. We'll be back with a whole lot more in just a moment.
When they come to take you down, when they bring that.
Since time began, tyrants have taken aim at personal liberties. Now there's a movie that aims back.
The government has no more right to tell us what to put in our bodies than they have to take our guns or tell us what books we can read.
6 drug police were eaten by bears while raiding a marijuana farm.
On your knees, you dirty hippies! Jesus. On your knees! What's the problem, officer?
Today, many cops who enforce pot laws do so only because it provides them with cushy jobs, good benefits, and a chance to push people around.
I was an undercover narcotics officer. The drug war is nothing but a farce.
The Second Amendment says you gotta keep you and your gat intact.
Guns and Weed, The Road to Freedom. A film by Michael W. Dean and Nima Vadadi.
DVD available now at gunsandweed.com or on Amazon. That's gunsandweed.com. Makes the perfect gift. Remember, that's gunsandweed.com.
Did you know we've taken our LRN.FM telephone listen line to a new level with the LRN.FM audio on demand line? Now you can call 712-770-8447 anytime and listen to LRN.FM's live feed. And you can listen to a bunch of our original shows on demand. Long distance fees may apply. Just dial 712-770-8447 and choose from the menu. 712-770-8447. The new 4th edition of Healing Our World, The Compassion of Libertarianism will take your understanding of liberty to a deeper level and has over 1,300 updated references, new cartoons, and a foreword by Dr. Ron Paul. With discounts for multiple book purchases, the 4th edition of Healing Our World is a great gift for the liberals, pragmatists, environmentalists, and Christians in your life who think libertarianism is cold-hearted. Get yours today at healing.freetalklive.com and use promo code FTL for a $5 discount.
More of the Call to Freedom is coming up next, live after the news on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Friday, May 18th, 2018. Silver is trading at $16.44 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,288 per ounce. Zencash is trading at $27, and the average price of Bitcoin is $8,105. Antiwar.com reports saying they believe the U.S. and North Korea have some kind of difference in stances. Ahead of their June 12th summit, South Korea has issued a statement offering to serve as mediator for the talks and various other channels. South Korea's Blue House has issued a statement saying they've discerned North Korea's position and attitude and are interested in talking to the Trump administration as a way of preparing for the summit. North Korea does not seem to be on board with the idea, however. Their chief negotiator, Ri Son-gwan, issued a statement Thursday criticizing South Korea as ignorant and incompetent. He said there would be no new talks with South Korea until there are some understandings that have been reached. North Korea had made substantial diplomatic progress with both the U.S. and South Korea in recent months. A recent U.S.-South Korea war game, however, has raised some questions in the minds of the North Korean leadership. Since the backlash is heavier against South Korea than the U.S., it's unlikely that North Korea is going to welcome the South as a mediator by June 12th without a major last-minute rapprochement. For over 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals. Gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. They don't feed the banks. They're Bitcoin preferred and have removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co. UPI reports an eruption at Hawaii's Kilauea volcano early Thursday sent a plume of ash up to 30,000 feet into the sky, according to emergency officials. The U.S. Geological Survey's Hawaii Volcano Observatory said the explosion happened around 4:15 a.m. on the Big Island of Hawaii. After the initial explosion, emissions continued up to 12,000 feet. On Wednesday, the U.S. Geological Survey recorded about 125 shallow earthquakes around the volcano and nearby areas. Eruptions at Kilauea have opened at least 20 fissures since activity began 2 weeks ago. Flows of lava have forced hundreds of evacuations and destroyed at least 24 homes. In 2115 New England, there are no borders, no states, and no regulations, yet never has a more peaceful and prosperous place existed. But Mr. Drake's security company has seen better days. Faced with the prospect of waning power, Mr. Drake intends to replace the anarchy of New England with a government. But at what cost? Will anybody care? And can anyone stop him? Anarchy in New England by Joe Jarvis is available from Amazon.com and all major bookstores. Reuters reports Republicans in the U.S. Congress who are pushing for action on immigration legislation said on Thursday they are getting closer to an agreement on a bill that President Donald Trump could support. Representative Mark Meadows, chairman of the House Freedom Caucus, said, "I think we had better discussions in the last 48 hours than in the last 48 months." Meadows was referring to negotiations with both the White House and centrist House Republicans on a bill that would address the future of young immigrants known as Dreamers who were brought to the United States as children in violation of immigration laws. But Meadows also said details had to be worked out on difficult issues before a bill could be ready for a House floor debate. Meadows, Trump, and many House conservatives are pushing for tough new controls on both legal and illegal immigration that Democrats and some Republicans oppose. Fearing defeat in November, congressional elections, and possibly their control of the House of Representatives, conservatives want to demonstrate to their voter base that they have been pushing forward on Trump's demands to clamp down on immigration. Meadows and other House Freedom Caucus members on Thursday even threatened to bring down a massive farm bill being pushed by their leaders if an immigration debate is not held first. Republican Representative Jeff Denham, who is threatening to use procedural tactics to force a wide-ranging debate on the House floor, said on Thursday he thought negotiators could fashion legislation that both hardline conservatives and Democrats could support. In remarks to reporters,